We are all going through beautiful blessings. The devil is a lie. Anyways, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback, the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and headed you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos or the work messages that I have is uplifting, informative, inspiring, or just give you good vibes you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and just need spiritual guidance or just need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes. Please share, and while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the beautiful relaxing music I am listening to is called Great Super Deep Sleep, Meet Your Higher Self, and Enhance Magical Dreams, Lucid Dreaming Manifestation. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I am doing is Heyoka, Twin Flames 101. Heyoka, seeing your weak points are now your strongest strengths. And it is so true. We all go through different circumstances. We get setbacks, we get failures. We're placed in certain situations that can be very consuming as well as confusing and downright just throw you off. But a lot of times we are being placed in wars, placed in battles with ourselves, with our surroundings, being tested on, are you allowing somebody's ignorance to, for you to be able to lash back? Like I'm gonna treat you like you treat me, whatever. Are you allowing yourself to have the last word, even though sometimes you need to be silent and just walk away? Are you gonna allow somebody to take the power of your life instead of you allowing yourself to cut those cords? Whatever weak points we have. And I always tell people this: when you can be bold enough to tell somebody, like, okay, um, I've been in situations where I really was my worst critic. I always constantly put myself down. And this is something I need to work on. When you're allowing yourself to be vocal about what flaws you have and you're willing to work on that, that is more strength than it is a weakness. Because a lot of people, I've come connection with people is say, I don't like crying. I don't cry because I feel like that's a certain form of weakness. It is totally opposite. You have to cry sometimes. Sometimes you gotta laugh at the crazy issue you are constantly going through. Just had that one laugh. I see some of my kids and I try not to laugh at them when they do that, because I know my daughter and my granddaughter does it. They'll laugh, they'll be crying 1 second, and then next you're laughing. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And they were like, I don't know. Because I would ask my daughter, are you crying? Are you laughing? What do I need to comfort you, or do I need to laugh with you? I'm just trying to see where I'm placing my position at. So all these different things come into our lives where you know where your vocal points are. I mean, where your Achilles is. Everybody got insecurities. Everybody got flaws that they want to change, and they want to, do better things for their life, as well as they look at things, how they see themselves, how they see others. Are you judging yourself? Are you judging others? If you judge other people, that means when you point one finger, you have three pointing back at you. All these different things. It's just like I told y'all before. I'm proud of myself because I've been sober for a year. And it was crazy. It was on my mom, my grandmother, and my aunt's birthday that I decided to not smoke or drink, or allow myself to consume, marijuana anymore. It was at that point where, I can actually see that as where it was a comfort of, for me to go through the stuff that I was going through. God and universe knew what I was going through was a lot. If you the way I used to handle stuff, if I would have held it in like I did and seen all that stuff, I would have been so self-destructive and probably would have came homicidal and suicidal. So they were like, you know what, let us go ahead and let her have this weed for a minute so she can calm her nerves, be able to see where she needs to heal at, face what she need to face so she can get over this situation, because what you're dealing with is not easy. You know, we're cutting cords. So when you cutting cords, there's a lot of things that need to be balanced out. I mean, you're opening doors to big positions that you're being placed in. You're uplifting yourself in levels you weren't able to before. If you can allow yourself to see how your life was before your spiritual awakening, before you truly knew yourself on a deep spiritual level, there's a lot of things that you knew that you needed to work on. Sometimes people, it's easy for them to go ahead and place blame on everybody else, and not actually seeing the things that they need to work on. I've been connected with people that can show me each and every problem I had, but when it came to theirs, they didn't feel like they had that problem until, I asked them, why do you feel like that? Oh, well, this and this and that. Oh, and that what you were telling me about myself? Oh, so basically you were trying to lash out, your insecurities on what you think I was doing. Because you feel like since you were doing that deep down inside, you feel that's what I was doing. And like I say, when I stopped smoking and stuff like that, my comfort started being sweet sugar. Um, eating, because I would go through a depression. So it gave me a few pounds that, I wasn't happy about. And it's like, I always tell my dad telepathically, I hate this, and it just seemed like every time I get motivated to do that, is either I'll have these really major headaches to where I feel like I'm a vomit because I'm dealing with all these different things, or it's like my body will go through all these different changes and I couldn't barely move. And I get so frustrated with myself because I wanted to do more. I was like, before I actually fully knew how my life was, me having cancer, I was so, I don't know if it was just because I was on my B12 shots and I constantly had energy, and now I'm having to do it on my own. And it's so hard right now because my body is going through so many different changes. It's rearranging, mutating, transmutating, all these different things I'm going through. And it's not like I'm trying to come up with any excuses, and I get aggravated about that, and there'll be days I used to work out like 3-4 times a day, for like 2 or 3 hours. Like I used to went before, it was like, I think it was probably when I was 28, 29, and I would get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and knowing I had to be at work at 7, and I would, work out until it was like right before, like an hour before it's time for me to go to work. And then, I had to go up 3 flights of stairs, which was like 58 steps per level, and running up, going up it like 2 or 3 times before I start my time. And my friends were like, where the heck is wrong with you? What are you doing? Because I was so determined on losing weight and stuff like that. But then I had to be able to be easy on myself and allow myself not to put so much judgment on me, because I had to see, what, Roslyn, you're dealing with an awful lot. You were dealing with stuff before, but this is a whole new different bar game. You're seeing your purpose in life. You're seeing things that was really dark, and the whole, the reason behind all the things you went through. And this is not something that's simple for you to be saying, oh, okay, it's well forgiven. No, this messed me up mentally in so many different ways, and me having to come to terms with that and being able to take the anger, hurt, and sadness out my heart, it took a lot. And I seek myself in comfort and food. I had to be able to be not judgmental towards people when they did, when they reflect their negativity towards me or their insecurities towards me. I had to work on that. Having faith and confidence in myself, I had to work on that. Being patient, I definitely had to work on that. I'm a Taurus, so it's just like we always want stuff like yesterday. So I'm tired of going through these daggone changes. Can I get what I want right now? I earned that. And I had to really tell myself, you better humble yourself real quick, because God ain't got to give you nothing. you know they're already where they at. They don't really have to give you nothing, but they want to be able to present something to you because you have worked hard for it. They don't really have to give you anything, but they want you to be able to have a better life. They know what you have went through. There's a lot of times where I felt like certain situations I went above and beyond, and the people I did it for, what was my payback? Getting stabbed in the back, being blocked on certain things, you lie, deceive, you steal. I went through all those different things, and that made me really not want to deal with people. And I even had to tell my friend that I got now that we are totally on that same level and stuff like that, and went through the same experiences. And I told her I'm not used to having somebody that, especially in the physical sense, because I'm so used to dealing with everybody, especially from here, during that, you know, virtually, we communicate. I'm not used to having somebody come to my house or me going over there. I dealt with a lot of people like that, but we don't have the same interest anymore. I'm on that deep level, intellectual level. They're about, girl, you know what happened to Charles and them, all that. Or let's go ahead and roll a blunt and go ahead and push a couple of brewskis back. I'm not even about that life anymore. I'm not looking down at them and not saying what you're doing is not healthy, and what you're doing, that's them. If they're able to, deal with their life as that and as such, I mean, more power to you. I just don't roll that way anymore. I don't feel like I'm beneath, anybody's beneath me or whatever. It's just that I don't have the same interest anymore. My whole spiritual experiences went through a big rapid change that I truly needed to do. So it's just like all these different things that I allowed myself to be open to and say, okay, these are your flaws. Love yourself more, because you felt through your whole life, you felt like you weren't loved. And when you were loved, it was blocked because they didn't want you to feel love, you know. And it was just, that was a lot to have to deal with. The person that loved most of the people that loved me at that current time were all passed away. And then being able to know there was always somebody out in the shadows that loved me and tried to be there for me. There was always somebody trying to separate us. So, that was a lot to have to deal with. That was a pill called truth that I wasn't ready for. I wasn't digesting that well. It gave me a damn heartburn. I ain't like that. So when then I was allowing myself to know, regardless, even though you didn't meet your father or your mom in a physical sense, um, allow yourself to know that love is still there. you know, Even though my mom blocked me, not physically blocked me, but she blocked me spiritually and emotionally and all those different ways. And that was a hurtful feeling, but I had to allow myself to not even be mad, because I don't know what's been said to her, because I already know what's been said to my dad. We talk every day. So it's just like when I'm able to be blessed to be able to speak to my loved ones that pass metaphysically, telepathically, that's a beautiful blessing, because that lets me know they're always around. So being able to go through this life, going through this journey and path of self-discovery, the spiritual awakening of the spirit on so many different levels. I had to really, when I allowed myself to stop looking at it as the lack of and what people has done, I had to be able to vote. I said, if you keep looking at it like that, you're going to stay in a situation longer than you want to. Allow yourself to see what these situations are trying to get you to learn. What is it that you need to be taught? What is it that you need to be able to let go of, or what they're trying to show you, so you could be able to move to that next level? Because I already moved to that next level, but I couldn't get into that full transformation until I allowed myself to really see things at a different perspective, all the way around. Being able to understand whatever my weak points were going to be elevated to my best points, you know. And it was just like so many different things I can really truly appreciate. Even though it's sad at times, I still, like I said, I keep it real with y'all. It's not, what we're going through is not easy. So don't expect you to be able to get over stuff that quick. It takes time for that to happen. If you say, oh, okay, it only took me 2 days, you're a lie. Because I'm telling you, it takes a lot of groundwork, especially, I mean, simple things. Yeah, I can see you getting over it in a few minutes. But when you got deep rooted trauma that's supposed to transition or whatever, transform into a positive way, that takes time. You have to be able to work on yourself on so many different levels, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, uh, intellectually, all these different things had to go take place in your life for you to appreciate everything, to learn that. And it's just like I can be okay with that. I don't, I know what my struggles are, I know what my flaws are, and I can be open about that. It takes strength to do that. But like I tell people, it's so easy to place blame on somebody else. It's so easy to be victim and want attention. It'll be easy for you to be in denial about things and feel like you're okay. And it's not. You're going through these changes for a reason. There'll be times that you're tired of being by yourself. You've been after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. But if you already know, if you're still choosing the same type of people you've been choosing, you're going to still continue to go through that way. So that's why I love and appreciate my celibacy. I appreciate my downtime. I appreciate my solitude when it comes to myself, because after I went through my big heartbreak, where I went through my tragic relationship, I benefited off of so much during those dark times, because this situation, because I allowed myself to think, like most empaths do, if I give him or her my love, maybe their view on love will change. Maybe this will help them heal. Maybe this will help them love me a little bit more, make our relationship better. But you got to understand, what you praying to keep together, God is trying to work his way overtime to tear apart if it's not meant for you. And if you're wondering, you want to go out on dates and stuff like this, and every time you get ready to go on a date, either somebody's psycho, or they're a dog, or they could be just straight like a Tatiana, whatever they want to call it nowadays. All that stuff. That's why I love and appreciate it. People like, you do that on purpose not to have sex. I'm like, yeah, I do that on purpose. Don't think I ain't been asked, to go on dates or and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's not like I'm putting walls up. But when I feel that heart skip a beat type situation, where I feel like, oh, this is the one, I don't want you wasting my time, because that's something I can't get back. There's one thing I can't get back. And I've had my time wasted too many times because I allowed myself to jump into something because I wanted to be in a relationship, or I was tired of being lonely. All that stuff. Now it's just like my situation, is like when you go through stuff with people, whether it could be a spouse, whether it could be a significant other, a partner, a best friend, family member, or whatever, when it allows you to really see your life and appreciate, whatever it is in your life, that you need to love yourself more. If you're going out your way to make somebody happy, but they're not doing that in return, that's not a relationship you need to be in. If you got to question how you fit in this person's life, it ain't something you supposed to be in. If you need, sitting up here checking phones, DMs, messenger and all that stuff, that's not a relationship you need to be in. If you can't trust that person when they're not in your face, that's not a relationship you need to be in. Everything should be open line of communication. Everything should be trusted. If this person gonna lie to you about little things, their asses is gonna sit up here and lie to you about big things. You have to allow yourself to go off of your instincts. Check for red flags, not because you're up and you don't trust anybody, because you have been through, so many different toxic situations, but you have to allow yourself to change what type of person you want in your life. You want somebody who is going to be your supporter, be your cheerleader when you are feeling down, be, that person that you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets from, and they're allowing they seen where you went, but they're not trying to make you go back there. When they can see, damn, this person really been through a lot. Let me not do what that person did. And don't allow somebody who's trying to be in your life and you giving them the BS that other person put you through, because you have to allow yourself to give you that time to heal. You don't want to be taking old baggage to a new relationship, because that could be your good relationship, but if you still harboring over old anger and guilt and stuff like that, you gonna mess your stuff up. That's why it's just like, I'm blessed that I am not in relationships. I see how my ex is. I said, there ain't no way in hell. I want to seek my happiness on the inside. I'm not trying to be going to Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to find my happiness through other people, because you're never going to be satisfied. And I tell people that, they're like, Roslynn, I'm tired of being by myself. And I say, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you in your right frame of mind? If you go out right now, are you going to want to date you? Be honest with yourself. You ain't got to be honest with me, because the only person is, if you want to lie, you cheating yourself. You're not cheating me, because I'm not trying to be with you. I'm just trying to help you out and help you look at what the universe is trying to teach you. Because anytime, if you're ready to be in the atmosphere of wanting to find a companion, you have to give yourself that downtime to go through that grief of an ending period of whatever relationship you were in. Allow yourself to heal on all these aspects. Love yourself enough to know, if this person is not trying to make you happy and you're putting all your all into it, and you get that 80-20 situation, you need to keep it moving. You have to know, is this going to be a waste of my time, or is this something I need to invest my time in? You have to be with somebody who has that open line of communication. If y'all feeling some type of way, you should be able to discuss it without putting your hands on people, calling them out their name, cussing and fussing. You should be able to have an open discussion, not a debate, not no fuss, but hey, this situation makes me feel a certain way. I don't like it way it makes me feel. If you got to yell and point your finger, like my mama say, point your finger at somebody and start going all that. That's just too much. You got to be secure in your own skin. If that person makes you feel good and they're not sitting up here checking other folks out and then saying that you're crazy or you're insecure or you're reading too much in it or you got too much time on your hands, those are insecure people too, because they're trying to find happiness within something else. If there's not a person that's trying different ways to try to make sure you're happy or doing the pursuit like they did when they were trying to get to you, bye bye. Bye bye. So like I said, I truly appreciate my toxic relationship, because it allowed me to love myself, allowed me to know the worth is the weight. You can give your own, excuse my language, you can give your own self a wet spot. You ain't got to worry about catching nothing you can't get rid of, because there's stuff around here they ain't even got names for yet. They all talking about blue waffles and stuff like that. I said, you know what? This is the main reason why I stay to myself. Some people be walking around here with that extra package, the gift that keeps on giving, and they want to be mad at everybody because they didn't protect themselves. So they trying to give everybody else that package that they got walking around here. And people are like, oh, well, they look healthy. That's fine. And you are the one main type of people that say that somebody look healthy is the first one to end up, when your stuff start coughing a certain way, all hell about to break loose. That's why I said this is a new day and age. I'm awake. I'm good. When God gives me that, that go ahead, proceed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open myself up to that person. But until then, I'll wait. And that's even with other people. I've been through toxic relationships with friends that I will go above and beyond for, will climb about 10, 12 mountains in a skyscraper, and they wouldn't even sit up here and skip a puddle for me. And I was just like, you know what? Okay, I'm glad I experienced that. I know I won't trust you like that again, but I'll pray for you so you won't. You need to be a person that you want to hang out with. You got to be that person that you want somebody to hang out with. And I appreciate all those different things. That's why I always say it's never a waste when you meet somebody. Because when the next person come along and got that same kind of pattern, you could, you know what? It was nice meeting you, but I got to go. That's why I keep my circle very small, and I appreciate that on so many ends. I can talk to my own self. That's how small my circle is. And I appreciate that. But now I'm noticing as more as I evolve, even though there might be people that come to me that got deep rooted issues. We all do. We're all a work in progress. It's a blessing when I can see how far I came and what lessons I learned along the way. Because I tell people, I'm not trying to control you, but if I see a train wreck ready to happen because of the decisions you're making, I'm going to tell you, hey, you might not like what I say, but at least you can say, you can respect the fact that I was keeping it real with you. Because I've been there. I had relatives where I said, hey, you're jumping from this person to this person. Are you lonely? And I'm not saying that to be, belittling somebody, but I'm just being real with you. You might not like the truth that I'm spitting out, and that's fine. But you got to be, you don't want to cheat yourself when somebody's trying to tell you, hey, allow yourself to heal. Stop trying to find outside happiness where you need to be going internal. Make your own self happy. Love yourself on all levels. And when you do that, that's when you'll have people that'll respect and love you the same. But if you're trying to find somebody because you're tired of being by yourself, you're gonna have many disappointments. And I used to be that way. I was in my young self. I wanted to experiment. I did things I wasn't supposed to do. And then when I started seeing, the things that I was, people I was related to, it made a lot of sense. And plus it's just the fact is I had daddy issues. I didn't have a father that was there, even though my dad, God rest his soul, wanted to be in my life like that. And it was hard for him to do that. But I had to find love in all the wrong places. I didn't love myself. I put myself in predicaments where I could have been dead, laying up in a ditch, had my mom worried about me and stuff like that. And then, so many times I had to say I'm sorry. But now I'm paying for it when my kids giving me a hard time. And then it's just like my mom laughed. She's like, your kids gonna put you through the same thing that you put me through. And I'm just like, I was just one, but shoot, I got three. So that three equals out the one I was, because I was a Tasmanian devil back in the day. But I allowed myself to strengthen myself. There's still, I'm working on it, because there are certain things that I'm still healing on. There's still things that I'm still trying to accept. Those are things in my life that I'm still trying to learn the lessons from on certain hard experiences, certain situations. So it's allowing you to know that universe, God, source, whatever you believe in, is placing you in certain things wherever your weak points are, is about to be your strongest attributes. And you have to be grateful for that, because it's just like, when you have gone somewhere, you allow yourself to know, if you can't respect me like I'm respecting you, you need to stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. If you can't love me the way I love myself, where I'm trying to love you, stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. And all those different things, that allows you to allow yourself to know you are worth that respect, you are worth that love, you're worth that time. But you have to allow yourself to, if it's a relationship, allow yourself to go a different route. Don't be picking a certain person because you see whatever that certain person is, whatever, you're going through that filtered category. I want this person this way, that way. And then every person that you got like that is, the relationship was dead before it even really got started. Or they're using you, or they're out there sleeping with other people as well as you. All this stuff, there are times come by a change. You need to see, are you worth all this? Is this situation worth you putting your energy into? Is this wasting your time and you need to go about your business? All these different things is going to allow you to uplift, balance yourself up on all levels. Love yourself, respect yourself, appreciate whatever is coming towards your way, appreciate where you are going, being grateful for where you're going and where you came from, because it brought you and molded you to the person you are now. And that's why I say I'm blessed. I'm blessed, even though I get stressed the hell out of it sometimes, and I get mad as I don't know what. But then when the smoke settles and I'm not in my feelings about certain situations, I say, you know what? Thank you for allowing me to have this experience, because it showed me what I need to learn about myself, showed me how I need to view things, showed me how I need to react and respond, show me what I need to focus on and not focus on, not even allow certain things to engage even my energy. And I can be grateful for those things, but allow yourself to know, allow yourself to see the weak points that you need to heal on, or you need to learn by, or you need to uplift, because that whatever situation you're in, if you allow yourself to see, certain situations you're placed in, like I've said many times before, you've been with me for a while, you heard me say that before. A lot of times you're placed in situations not for you to change it, but for your situation to change you. My situation has allowed me to say, okay, I didn't have no patience. I always wanted my microwave dreams, and those didn't last. I wanted to be loved. I had to allow myself to love myself. You can't ask for love out there if you don't love yourself. If you already know you're a hot mess and you find another you out there, would you want to date you? No, that's too much. If you already know you good across the board, then go ahead, go for it. But don't allow yourself to jump into something because you're lonely, or jumping into something because you're scared to be by yourself. Allow yourself to know what to put your investment in, and what to draw back from. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I'm loving my vibe I'm feeling right now, because when you go through those, certain situations, and you're allowing yourself to be grateful for all the stuff you're being, showed into your life, and benefit off of it, is a blessing when you can be able to share it with other people. They're going through their trials and tribulations as well. Keep on knowing better days are coming for you. You get signs every day. You get certain affirmations. Confirmations every day. If you're saying your affirmations, I will change. I will succeed. I will heal. I will keep moving. I will have blessings that are on the way. You have to keep telling yourself that. Don't get doubtful, and you can't ride the fence. And a lot of times we ride that fence like, oh, I got this, but ooh, do I got what it takes to get through it? We go through those times. you know, and that's the reason why you have to trust that process and enjoy the experience that you're being put through. You know, it might not be fun, but you can, you know, try to make it a little bit light. Don't take everything so seriously. And I had to really do that. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Angela D. Angel D. My bad. And much love to you. Welcome to the fam. You know, if this is your first time, welcome. And I hope you were able to find more videos that you can relate to. You know, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a line. I would love to know if you resonate with this, or you're going through these situations, or if you have any questions or concerns that you can put here, you can easily put it here. Or if you want to talk to me privately, you can look me up under Facebook Messenger, not the page, but Messenger, because I will not be accepting anybody on their pages. But you can gladly reach me on Messenger up under my name. I would be more than happy to help you the best way I can. You know, know that you are truly loved, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always something, you know, always somebody praying out there for your better days. And I pray for everything that you're going through. It will bring big and beautiful blessings that you truly deserve and more. And, you know, send out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words and vibes. You never know, your vibes, your frequency, and your words can really take somebody a long way. Have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. And I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace. Be well.